I pull up to my new lake house, a place I didn't even know I owned until 3 days ago. And within 45 minutes, I've got a woman in a hot pink blazer screaming at me, two goons with guns eyeing me like I'm dinner, and a sheriff's deputy itching to slap cuffs on me for trespassing on my own damn property. Her name's Vivian Hartwell, HOA queen of Willow Lake, and she's standing in my kitchen. Her perfume's so thick it's choking me worse than the diesel fumes from the moving truck still idling outside. She leans in close, all fake smiles and venom, and says, "Your uncle's barely in the ground, Ethan Cole, and you think you can just stroll into my community and mess with my operation?" That's when I knew this wasn't about a lawn mowing schedule or mailbox regulations. This was war. I'm Ethan, 34, ex-Army, 2 tours in Iraq, used to defusing roadside bombs, not HOA drama. But here I am, surrounded by unpacked boxes, my Uncle Nate's old fishing rods leaning against the wall, and this woman threatening to bury me literally. She's got the nerve to call 911, spinning some wild tale about me being an armed intruder, military-trained, highly dangerous. I'm holding nothing but a box of my mom's old recipe cards, but in her world, that's enough to get me hauled off. The deputy, a nervous kid named Tommy Burke, shows up with 3 squad cars, lights flashing like I'm running a cartel out of my uncle's dusty cabin. I try to stay calm, show him the deed, the will, my I'd everything proving this place is mine. Vivian doesn't even glance at it. Fraudulent, she snaps, like she's judge and jury. You've got 5 minutes to get out, or you're done. I'm standing on the porch, sweat dripping down my back in the 90-degree heat, thinking, what the hell did I just walk into? See, I hadn't spoken to Uncle Nate in years, not since I was a kid, when we'd fish on this very lake, and he'd tell me stories about dodging bullets in Vietnam. He was a tough old bastard, but we drifted apart after my mom passed. Last I heard, he was living quiet out here at Willow Lake, a little slice of paradise with 300 feet of waterfront and a private dock. Then his lawyer calls me out of the blue, says Nate's gone heart attack. They claim man left me everything. Everything, he said, with this weird catch in his voice, like there was more to it. I should have asked questions, but I was too busy processing that the man I barely knew had left me a house. Now, Vivian's got her goons blocking my exit, and Tommy's hand is twitching on his holster. I notice something off about him's not scared of me. He's scared of her. He whispers, barely audible, "She's got everyone by the throat, man. Just play along for now. Play along." I'm not here to play, but I let them cuff me, let them march me to the cruiser, because running makes me look guilty and fighting gets me dead. As they drive me to the station, Vivian's voice keeps echoing in my head. We've moved 53 shipments through that dock this year. You think one more body in the lake's going to make a difference? Shipments. Not drugs, not guns, something worse. And she doesn't know it, but there's a tiny red light blinking in the corner of my kitchen ceiling, recording every word she's spitting. At the station, they try to pin everything on meters passing, breaking, and entering, even suspected terrorist affiliations because of my Army background. It's a circus, but I'm not worried. I call my old CEO, Sarah Delgado, now a hotshot lawyer who eats corrupt cops for breakfast. She's there in 2 hours, tearing their case apart like it's tissue paper. By dusk, I'm free but my house. It's a war zone. Boxes ripped open, furniture smashed, floorboards pried up. They were looking for something, and I'm starting to think it's tied to Uncle Nate's heart attack. Back at the house, I head straight to the basement. Something about those fresh boot prints I saw earlier is nagging at me. The door's ajar, and inside, it's like stepping into a spy movie. 3 monitors hum, showing live feeds from cameras all over the property. There's a wall covered in photos, documents, and red string, like something out of a serial killer's lair, except it's all about Vivian Hartwell. Photos of boats docking at 2 a.m., people being herded into vans, license plates from half a dozen states. And there, on a desk, is Nate's journal, pages filled with his tight, precise handwriting. Vivian running trafficking ring through HOA docs. It reads, $60,000 per shipment. Twice a week, 600 plus victims. Ages 6 to 50. FBI contact Agent Kessler. Evidence in box 4723. If I'm gone, Ethan, it's no accident. Finish this. My stomach drops. Trafficking. Not weed or coke people. Kids. Families. And Nate knew. He'd been documenting it all, playing a dangerous game right under Vivian's nose. There's a flash drive taped under the desk. And when I plug it in, I see him, Nate, gaunt, eyes sunken but burning with purpose. Ethan, he says in the video, voice raspy. If you're watching this, I'm dead. I failed your mom. Failed you, but I couldn't fail these people. Vivian's selling kids, Ethan. I bought 51% of the HOA to get close, to record it all. She's been poisoning myrcenic in my meds, but I let her to keep my cover. Finish it, kid. Semper Fi. I'm gutted. All those years I thought he'd abandoned me. And he was out here fighting monsters, dying for it. I'm shaking, tears burning my eyes when the phone rings. Nobody should know this number. Mr. Cole, a calm voice says, "This is Agent Kessler, FBI. Your uncle said you'd pick up." Vivian's desperate. She knows Nate had evidence, but not where. We need her to confess, on tape, to everything. Can you handle it? I grip the phone, my old training kicking in. Semper Fi, I say, and I swear I hear him smile. The next 2 days are gauntlet. Code enforcement slaps me with fines for overgrown grass. The health department claims my septic's leaking bullshit, but it's another 2-hour hassle. Some fire marshal says my smoke alarms are non-compliant. It's all Vivian, wearing me down, her text coming from a burner. Give up. But I'm not giving up. I'm recording everything, building my own case. That night, I sneak over to my neighbor's place, Mrs. Claring Wynn, a tiny woman who hands me a pie with a note hidden inside. Nate, save my son. Meet me at 11 p.m. Bring the journal. Clara's house is another command center, smaller, but just as intense. Vivian's got half the town in her pocket, she whispers, showing me photos of her son, Min, who saw a kid being loaded into a van and barely escaped. Nate bought the HOA to protect us. He knew he was dying real heart issues, not just her poison. He said you'd come. I'm floored. Nate was tracking my deployments, my medals, proud of me even when I hated him. Outside, engines rumble. Vivian's crew, circling my house in SUVs, staying just off my land. Clara begs me to stay, but I can't. I walk back, lights on, making sure they see I'm not scared. At 3 a.m., I see 3 boats, no lights, gliding to the HOA's private shore. Through Nate's cameras, I watch them unload people, dozens, including kids, herded like cattle by Vivian's sons, Mitch and Derek. I call Kessler. They're moving now, maybe 50 victims. He tells me to get closer, get faces. I'm halfway to the dock when Tommy Burke grabs me, gun drawn but low. You shouldn't be here, he hisses, tears in his eyes. She's got my mom's hospital bills. I had no choice. I'm done with excuses. Choose a side, Tommy. Tomorrow night, at the HOA meeting, you're either with her or against her. The meeting's in an old boathouse by the lake, isolated, perfect for Vivian's ambusher mine. I grab the evidence from box 4723, photos, bank records, videos of Vivian negotiating with cartel thugs, laughing as she hands Nate his poison pills. I walk in, and the place is packed locals, but also out-of-state goons with neck tattoos. Vivian's at the front, all black suit and fake tears, waving fake psych reports calling me unhinged. Ethan Cole's a danger to Willow Lake, she says, voice dripping with crocodile tears. I let her talk, then pull on my speaker. Her voice blasts through. Your uncle's barely cold, and you think you can ruin my operation? We've moved 53 shipments. One more body's nothing. The room gasps. Vivian's pale, stammering, that's fake. I hold up Nate's journal. 3 years of your trafficking, Vivian. Every victim, every dollar. I pull out the HOA papers. Oh, and Nate owned 51% of this HOA. Everything you've done is illegal. She snaps, screaming. Your uncle deserved to die. $60,000 a shipment, $6 million a year, and he wanted to ruin it for nobodies who don't matter. The crowd's on its feet, horrified. I lean in, calm as death. Kids don't matter, Vivian. The 6-year-old you sold in St. Louis? The family you tore apart. She's unraveling, shrieking about supply and demand. When Kessler storms in, badge out. Vivian Hartwell, you're done. FBI, DA, locals they swarm, cuffing Vivian, her sons, 19 others. Tommy drops his gun, hands up, choosing right at the last second. Vivian's dragged out, spitting. You'll die alone, just like Nate. I smile. He died a hero. You'll die in a cell. The news hits like a bomb. HOA Queen ran Midwest trafficking ring. Vivian gets life, her sons too. The $6 million funds victims recovery. The HOA's gone, replaced by a real community council. The lake's now Nathan Cole Memorial Lake, with a plaque for the man who saved 600 souls. I stayed. The house is home now, the basement a consulting office. I married Sarah, adopted a kid named Leo from that last shipment. He calls me Dad, fishing off the dock where Nate fought his war. The evidence took down networks across 5 states, saved thousands. But some nights I sit on that dock, Nate's watch ticking 15 minutes fast, wondering if I could have saved him too. Did he know I loved him? Did he forgive me? I think so. His last journal entry said, Ethan will come. He'll finish it. My duty's done. Semper Fi, Nate. We did it. So what do you think? Ever misjudge someone, only to find out they were fighting a war you didn't see? Ever face a bully like Vivian, thinking they own the world? Drop a comment, share your story. Let's talk about what justice really means when the system's rotten.